Once upon a time, in an old Persian city, there lived a carpet merchant with two sons. The elder son was Qasim, and the younger was Alibaba. Their father was a kind and honest man who worked hard all his life. But when he passed away, everything changed for the two brothers. Qasim, the greedy one, took all the business and gold their father left. He became rich and forgot about his brother. Alibaba, on the other hand, was poor and simple. He married a kind woman and they had children, but life was hard. Every day, Alibaba went into the forest to cut wood. He sold the firewood in the town to earn some bread for his family. One hot afternoon, as he was gathering wood, he suddenly heard the sound of horses galloping in the distance. Who could be riding through the forest with such noise? He thought. Fear filled his heart, and he quickly hid behind a big tree. From behind the tree, Alibaba saw a cloud of dust, and soon a group of men on horses appeared. There were 40 of them, all wearing long cloaks, swords on their belts, and daggers shining in the sun. They stopped near a huge rock at the foot of the mountain. Each man carried a heavy sack on his back. Alibaba whispered to himself, "These men must be thieves. What are they doing here?" Then the leader of the thieves stepped forward and shouted loudly, "Open sesame!" To Alibaba's amazement, the giant rock slowly moved aside, revealing a dark opening, a secret cave. One by one, the thieves went inside with their sacks. After they disappeared, the rock closed again, as if nothing had ever happened. Alibaba's heart was beating fast. He stayed hidden, waiting for them to come out. After some time, the door opened again. The thieves came out, but this time their sacks were empty. They mounted their horses and rode away, their laughter echoing through the forest. When the sound faded, Alibaba slowly walked toward the rock. He wanted to see what was inside that mysterious cave. He stood before the boulder and repeated the same words he had heard, "Open sesame!" The rock moved again. The entrance opened before his eyes. Alibaba took a deep breath and stepped into the cave. Inside, it was dark and cool. As his eyes got used to the light, he saw mountains of gold, silver, jewels, and precious things all around. He couldn't believe what he saw, piles of treasures shining like stars in the dark. "Oh my goodness," he whispered. "This must be the place where all their stolen treasures are kept." Alibaba did not want to be greedy. He said to himself, "I will take just a little. They won't even notice." He filled one bag with gold coins and left the rest untouched. Then he walked back to the door and said, "Close sesame." The rock slid back into its place, hiding the entrance again. Alibaba hurried home, his heart racing with excitement. When he reached home, his wife saw him carrying a heavy bag and asked, "What is it, my dear? What have you brought?" Alibaba smiled, dropped the bag on the floor, and opened it. Golden coins spilled out, shining brightly. His wife gasped, "Where did you get all this gold? Tell me the truth. You didn't steal it, did you?" Alibaba laughed softly. "No, my dear, I did not steal anything. This gold was already stolen from others by the thieves." He told her the whole story about the cave and the 40 men. She listened with wide eyes, half scared and half amazed. When he finished, she said, "We must count how much gold we have now." But Alibaba said, "There's too much to count. Let's weigh it instead." His wife nodded. "Then I will borrow a weighing scale from your brother Qasim's house." She ran to Qasim's house and said politely, "Dear sister, can I borrow your weighing scale for one night?" Qasim's wife was a cunning woman. She thought, what could poor Alibaba have that needs a weighing scale? Out of curiosity, she secretly placed a bit of wax under the bottom of the scale before giving it to Alibaba's wife. Back home, Alibaba's wife weighed the gold coins happily. They dreamed of a better life and promised to keep it secret. The next morning, she returned the scale to Qasim's wife, thanking her kindly. When Qasim's wife looked at the scale, she was shocked to see a gold coin stuck to the wax at the bottom. She hurried to tell Qasim, "Your brother has gold coins. I don't know where he got them, but you must find out." Qasim's eyes grew wide with greed. That night he couldn't sleep, thinking only about the gold. He said to himself, "How could Alibaba have such wealth? I must know his secret. I must have it too." The next morning, Qasim went straight to his brother's house, pretending to be kind and friendly. "Oh, my dear brother," he said sweetly, "I came to see how you're doing. Do you need anything? I'll always help you." Alibaba was touched by his words. "Thank you, brother, but I don't need anything now. I have enough for my family." Qasim smiled but pressed further. "Enough? What do you mean by that? Tell me, brother, how did you suddenly become rich?" The innocent Alibaba could not hide the secret anymore. He told Qasim everything about the cave and the magic words "Open Sesame." Qasim's heart burned with greed. "Thank you, brother," he said, pretending to be calm. But in his mind, he was already planning to visit the cave. That night, he prepared 4 strong mules to carry as much treasure as possible. Before dawn, he left for the forest alone. He found the big rock easily and shouted, "Open Sesame." The door opened, and Qasim stepped inside. When he saw the mountains of gold and jewels, his eyes shone with desire. He began to fill bag after bag, laughing with joy. Qasim filled one sack, then another, and another. He wanted to take everything he could see. When the sacks were full, he went back to the door, but suddenly, he forgot the magic words. He tried again and again, "Open barley, open wheat, open door, open something," but the rock didn't move. He began to panic. What was it? What did Alibaba say? "Open, open, what?" He couldn't remember. Hours passed. The cave was silent and dark. Qasim was trapped with all the treasure but couldn't get out. Then, he suddenly heard the sound of horses outside. The 40 thieves had returned. The leader shouted, "Open Sesame." The rock opened, and the thieves marched inside. There they saw Qasim kneeling in fear near the door. He was trembling and couldn't speak a word. The leader's eyes turned cold. "So, someone has discovered our secret," he said. "Then he must never leave this place alive." Without another word, the leader raised his dagger and killed Qasim. They left his body inside the cave. Later that day, Qasim's wife waited for her husband to return, but he never came back. Worried, she went to Alibaba's house and said with tears, "Your brother left this morning and has not returned. Please, help me find him." Alibaba's heart sank. He knew exactly where Qasim had gone. He took a mule and went straight to the forest. He stood before the rock and said, "Open Sesame." The door opened, and he entered carefully. Inside, he saw his brother's body lying on the ground. He cried, "Oh no! Qasim, what have you done?" He placed Qasim's body on the mule and brought him back home, covering him with a cloth. At home, Qasim's maid, a clever young woman named Morgiana, saw Alibaba's sorrow. She asked quietly, "What happened, master?" Alibaba told her everything about the cave, the thieves, and Qasim's fate. Morgiana thought quickly and said, "We must hide the truth. If people know that thieves killed him, they'll come after us too," she warned. "Let's pretend he was sick and died at home." Alibaba agreed. Morgiana went to the doctor and described fake symptoms of an illness. The doctor gave her medicine, thinking Qasim was still alive. Later, they announced that Qasim had died from a long sickness. No one in the town suspected the truth. Days passed. Kasim's wife couldn't bear the sadness and soon passed away too. Morgiana was now left without a master. Alibaba, knowing she was wise and loyal, said, "Stay with us, Morgiana. You are part of my family now." She bowed gratefully. "Thank you, master. I will serve you faithfully." Meanwhile, in their hideout, the 40 thieves returned and discovered Kasim's body was gone. The leader roared, "Someone else knows about our cave. We must find out who it is before it's too late." They decided to go into the nearby town to search for any clue. One thief visited the doctor, pretending to be a traveler. He asked, "Has anyone died recently in this village?" The doctor said, "Yes, a man named Kasim died a few days ago. His brother, Alibaba, took care of him." The thief thanked him, then smiled slyly. "So, Alibaba is the man we are looking for," he whispered to himself. That night, the thief went to Alibaba's house and marked the door with chalk. He planned to bring the gang later to kill everyone inside. The next morning, Morgiana noticed the strange mark on the door. She immediately understood that danger was near. To protect her master, she went through the entire alley and marked every single door with the same sign. When the 40 thieves returned that night, they were confused. Each house looked the same. They couldn't tell which one was Alibaba's. Angry and frustrated, they returned to the forest empty-handed. The leader shouted, "I will go myself next time." The next day, the leader disguised himself as a merchant. He took 40 mules and 40 large barrels. He filled one barrel with oil to make his disguise real. In the other 39 barrels, he hid his men. He dressed himself in fine clothes and went down to the village, stopping at Alibaba's house. When he knocked, Morgiana opened the door. He smiled and said politely, "Good evening, kind lady. I am a merchant traveling far away. It's late, and I have nowhere to stay. Could you please let me and my mules rest here for the night?" Alibaba heard the voice and came forward. "Of course, traveler. You are welcome to rest here. Come in, come in." The leader bowed politely and ordered his men, hidden inside the barrels, to stay quiet until midnight. Morgiana helped to prepare dinner, but as she walked past the barrels, she thought she heard whispers. She stopped. Her heart began to race. What was that sound? She wondered. Carefully, she opened the lid of one barrel. Inside, she saw a man crouching, breathing quietly. Her eyes widened. The barrels were full of thieves. She quickly closed the lid and pretended nothing happened. She had to think fast to save her master and his family. In the kitchen, she placed a huge pot of oil over the fire. Soon, the oil began to boil and bubble. Then, carrying a jug, she poured the hot oil into each barrel one by one. Not a single thief made a sound afterward. When she finished, she hid the jug and returned calmly to serve dinner to the merchant. The leader of the thieves sat at the table, smiling and pretending to eat. He thought his plan was going perfectly. But Morgiana's sharp eyes noticed a strange ring on his finger, the same kind Alibaba once brought from the treasure cave. Her heart confirmed what her mind already knew. This man was no merchant. He was the leader of the 40 thieves. She smiled politely and said, "Please, sir, rest well tonight. You must be tired from your long journey." The leader nodded, still unaware of what had happened to his men. After dinner, he went to sleep in the guest room. At midnight, he got up quietly and went outside. He whispered, "Are you ready, my brothers?" But there was no answer. The night was silent to silent. He grew nervous. He opened one barrel to check. To his horror, he found a lifeless body inside. He opened another and another. Each barrel held a dead thief. Realizing he had been tricked, he panicked. Terrified, he ran from Alibaba's house into the darkness, swearing he would have his revenge one day. The next morning, Morgiana told Alibaba everything that had happened. When she finished, Alibaba was speechless. "Morgiana," he said at last, "you have saved my life and my family's lives. From this day on, you are not just a servant, you are part of our family." Morgiana bowed deeply, tears of joy shining in her eyes. "Thank you, my master. I will always protect you." Peace returned to Alibaba's home. He continued his humble life, never greedy, never showing off his wealth. But the story wasn't quite over yet. The leader of the thieves still wanted revenge. Weeks later, he returned to the village in another disguise. This time, he opened a small shop near Alibaba's house. He sold fine goods at cheap prices and soon became friendly with everyone in town, including Alibaba himself. One day, Alibaba invited him home for dinner as a gesture of friendship. The leader smiled. "Perfect," he thought. "Now I'll finish what I started." That evening, Morgiana prepared a wonderful feast. But as soon as she saw the guest, she froze. She recognized his face. It was the same man who had pretended to be a merchant before. Her heart raced, but she stayed calm. She served the food with a smile, pretending to notice nothing. During dinner, Alibaba laughed and talked cheerfully. The leader smiled back, hiding his anger behind fake kindness. But Morgiana was already forming a plan. She quietly left the room and came back carrying a silver dagger beneath her robe. Then, she danced before them gracefully, as it was a custom to entertain guests after dinner. Her movements were slow and elegant. Everyone watched her, amazed by her beauty and skill. But suddenly, she stopped, pulled out the dagger, and drove it straight into the heart of the guest. Alibaba jumped up in shock. "Morgiana, what have you done?" She looked at him calmly and said, "My master, that man was the leader of the 40 thieves. I have saved your life once more." Alibaba looked at the man's face and realized the truth. He turned to Morgiana with deep gratitude. "You have not only saved my life again," he said, "but also brought peace to our family forever." He gave Morgiana her freedom and offered her a home as a true member of his family. Years later, Alibaba became one of the most respected men in the town. He never used his wealth to harm anyone. He was generous to the poor, kind to his friends, and wise in every decision. Morgiana lived happily beside him, always remembered as the brave and clever girl who once saved her master from 40 thieves. And so, Alibaba was the only person who knew the secret of the treasure cave, the magic words that opened it. "Open sesame." But he never returned to the cave again. He had learned that true happiness does not come from gold, but from goodness and wisdom. And that is the end of the story of Alibaba and the 40 Thieves, a tale of courage, greed, and cleverness. Open sesame, the words that opened a cave of riches, but also opened the hearts of those who listened and learned from it.